Another project is the Homeless Pod. To owners of empty buildings, a scheme that can benefit your business and help the homeless. This is an enterprise which endeavours to provide short-term shelter for homeless and rough sleepers by utilising empty premises which are temporarily available, possibly because of delay in planning permission, etc. If you have such a building, this is an opportunity to help relieve the present curse of homelessness while benefiting your business. For example, by reduced local business rates, improved security without cost, guaranteed ease of repossession. We install a number of temporary wooden framed pods in kit form which measure 2 meters cubed. All materials used are flame retardant. 4 similar schemes are already operating successfully in Bristol. This is what we're doing.
My name is John Hadman, and for the last 4 years I've been campaigning for homeless people, but it's become so difficult in the United Kingdom with the increased rates of homelessness throughout the United Kingdom and Northern Ireland. We are proposing to have, throughout the United Kingdom, this setup where people use empty buildings for perhaps only a limited time, but moving on to other empty buildings provided by local councils or private owners. It's very important that we get people off the streets before they become streetwise, etc. It's also very important that people that are made homeless in various reasons can go straight into something like this rather than start spending nights on the streets to be abused, which they are on the streets very often by hooligans, etc. It's very important that we get support for all this scheme of what we call a guardianship, and many people will not fully understand that, but is where the people coming into the guardianship have the responsibility to look after the situation. This has been running in Bristol for a number of years, and they've probably got 5 different guardianships housing possibly 80 people, rough sleepers and homeless people. I would like to introduce Roger, who's designed and built this pod for us.
The easy to create sleeping pod.
When I was designing this, the principal consideration was it must be cheap, quick to assemble, and easy to construct. So, I mean, basically, this what we have here only uses basically 2 or 3 tools. You've got a chop saw, cheap chop saw, which cuts the timber to length. Now, these can be bought at any DIY store. And a drill press for drilling the holes. And what we do is you just cut the timber to length, and this is carcassing timber, which is pretty cheap. You buy it from a DIY store again, and you drill the holes, and then they're bolted together. That's pretty well all there is to it. And it only takes about 4 or 5. No, I think only 4 different lengths of timber involved, which can then be stacked over there. They can all be used independently. It doesn't matter which. It doesn't matter which. They don't have to fit together. It's a bit like putting a car engine together.
inside the sleeping pod.
The basic principle is two frames, opposite frames. They're both identical, and all the four members of the frame are all identical as well, so you don't need to sort of worry about what goes with what. It makes it very easy to assemble. Basically, it's these two frames which are kept upright while you put these cross members on, sort of joists. There are two on the top, and there's one down the bottom at the back, and then there's a cross brace which keeps the whole thing in shape and stops it parallelogramming, as we call it. And it's all held together with these bolts, as you can see. So we have to drill the holes in exactly the right place. That's what we've got the drill stand for over there. And that basically is it. The bed is integral. The bed is actually, you can see, integral to the whole structure. There are two legs on this side, and this side, one of the timbers of the bed, is actually screwed to the structure as a whole, front and back. That gives it gives the whole thing more rigidity, a little bit of a wobble, but nothing to worry about. And that basically is it. It's all very simple. Everything, of course, is flame-proof. That's the material and the wood. That's something, obviously, that you simply must be done. As you can see over here, there's another cross member that goes from front to back, and this does support a row of coat hooks for them to hang their clothes on, which is quite useful for them. But really, it's a very simple construction. It can be assembled, I think, very fast indeed, with a team of two people. It should be very easy to do in, I don't know, an hour or two, no more than that. So this is it, and it's what we call the sleeping pod.
For further information on the homeless pods, ring John Hadman on 0790421 3424 or write to him at johnhadman439@gmail.com.